Look, you guys can say what you want, but shit just went down. Hello everybody, I'm Robert Storms. Welcome back to the channel once again. If you're finding me for the very first time, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. Well guys, yesterday morning, shit hit the fan over at Disney and Marvel Studios because the entire cast of Guardians of the Galaxy came out in a public statement in which each one of them signed, talking about their displeasure with Disney just firing James Gunn, and talk about how they wish that he would be reinstated into directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I don't think a lot of people realized, like the public people, how big of a deal this actually is. Because for the record, guys, it's a big deal. In all seriousness, this is a really big deal because a lot of directors lose their job all the time, but you never have an instance where there's so much outcry from not just the fans of Guardians of the Galaxy, but the cast members. Like, you never see cast members that get together and form a group and release a public statement talking about how they are disappointed with Disney for firing him when he didn't need to be fired. They talk about the redemption of James Gunn, what he means to them. And it's really a big deal because you don't see actors coming together and doing statements like this all the time. This is a very rare thing. I honestly can't think of any other time this has ever happened. So this is a big deal. Now, yesterday I did a video on how I think maybe Phase 4 might be in trouble without James Gunn. And so many people in the comment box was so quick to say, oh, you just get Taika Waititi, he can do it. Get Taika Waititi. You can't just sit there and say, oh, Taika can do it. You can't. For example, Taika is making another movie right now that's not involved in the MCU. Taika doesn't just make MCU movies. These directors have lives. They direct other films. Right now, Taika is directing another film. And let's say Taika does want to do another Marvel movie. How do you know he would even want to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Maybe he's upset about what happened to James Gunn and he refuses to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So you stop throwing Taika Waititi's name in it, because Taika Waititi is doing his own thing right now. It's not just the principle of, well, just get another director. It's about how it went down. You have a company that's now buying Fox, that's buying a whole other company. You have a company buying a whole nother company, a whole other studio. And that means they are a huge entity in Hollywood. You have this company that controls so many different things. Lucasfilm, Marvel Studios, Pixar. They control so much. And for them just to say, well, we don't like what you tweeted 10 years ago, we're going to fire you, without so much as even thinking about the situation. Some troll on the internet just comes up, digs up your information that you did 10 years ago, and then just posts it online, and then you get fired? He was never convicted of anything. He came out, he publicly apologized for the tweets before he was even hired for directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Disney knew about the tweets. Disney accepted his apology, hired him anyway, and then 10 years later, because some fat-ass fucking troll living in their mom's basement decides they want to fuck with someone's lives, they come out here and they present these fucking tweets, and Disney just fires them? Can you imagine if every corporation in the world does that? And I think the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy knows it's a big deal. And by them banding together and coming out and saying, look, we don't like what you did, this is our public statement on it, I think it's a huge deal. Because now it puts Disney in a corner where Disney has to go, well, maybe we really did fuck up. Maybe we should reinstate this guy. And before any of you stupid son of a bitches out there sit there and try to bring up the Roseanne thing, these are two completely different situations. One was taking place 10 years ago, and one was taken as jokes that just weren't funny. They were in poor taste, bad jokes. I didn't think they were funny. Yes, they were horrible, okay? But they weren't racist, and it wasn't current. It wasn't like James Gunn just drank some beers on a Sunday going, you know what? I hate that fucking Asian son of a bitch. No, that's not how it went down. It's two completely different situations. And the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy knows that. Fans know that. That's why there's a petition with over 300,000 signatures. That's why the cast banded together and came out with this statement. It now takes Disney, who is this fucking corporate overlord, and says, you can't be treating people like this. This isn't right. So now it puts Disney in the corner. What are you going to do? Your cast is not happy. What happens if your cast decide they don't want to come back? That is your entire cast. You cannot make a Guardians of the Galaxy movie with a different cast. You might be able to make it with another director, but if your cast don't want to work with another director and your cast doesn't want to come back, you're fucked. And sure, you can be like, well, we're not going to make a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Okay, sure, fine. But then you're potentially losing at like $700 to $800 million by just saying, no, we're going to stand our ground. It's stupid. And it shows how dumb Disney was just making this decision, and their whole statement was stupid. Oh, in light of this new discovery, you knew about the tweets 10 years ago, 9 to 10 years ago. It's years later. It ain't like it just happened last weekend. It ain't like he made those tweets last weekend. There's a difference. There is a difference, whether people like to admit it or not. But I really wanted to talk about this because I think it's an important thing to talk about. But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Once again, guys, if you're finding my channel for the very first time, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.